I'm Ree from mummyoffour.com. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a much needed declutter of my bedroom. I'm really not in the mood to do it. I'm not a fan of doing the decluttering. I just love it when it's done. So we're gonna get it done today, aren't we? Yeah. So if you're new here, welcome. Please
subscribe and hit the bell.
Yeah, hit subscribe and hit the bell to be notified when we post new videos every day. Well, not every day, every Tuesday, Thursday and Sunday at 7 p.m. Clever girl. Should we get on with the decluttering? Yes. I am starting, as I always do, with a declutter by just assessing what I've got to do. So I'm going to work on these drawers where they are a total mess. They're just all jumbled. They were nice and organised about 2 years ago when I got my dressing table, and then if I've got time I'm going to try and tackle some of these messy boxes under the bed. I've got my trusty curver baskets which I use for everything, for sorting, decluttering, tidying. I just have stacks of them, and that little duster with Zara in the corner helping. So I'm just clearing the top of the dressing table, putting everything into the basket, and then clearing the drawers into the baskets as well so I can take them elsewhere and sort them. I always feel like if I get everything out in order to declutter, it kind of forces me to do it. I feel like if I was to just declutter from the drawer and just fish things out from the drawer, it'd be too tempting to just close the drawer and walk away. Let me know in the comments if you feel the same when you're decluttering. I feel like I've got to totally get it out, empty it, start from scratch, and also then obviously I can give the drawer the clean out too. But it just makes me do it. It creates a mess that I can sort through, rather than just, if it's just picking bits out from the drawer, honestly, I would never get it done. So decluttering is not my favourite thing to do. I do love when it's done though. Right, now I'm now vacuuming this bit of my dressing table because the rest of it can be dusted. That bit is kind of like a carpety, fabricy thing, and lots of bits of dust and things get stuck to it, so it's got to be vacuumed. The rest of the dressing table can just be cleaned with normal cleaning products. Oh look, it's a pasta necklace, that'll make me. So I'm using my my duster, my reusable duster head thing to initially give it a dust, then a bit of pledge and a microfiber cloth. And I'm just wiping over. This is a heat-proof mat that I put my hair straighteners on. It's great, stops the dressing table getting kind of burnt. So then that lives behind my mirror. I get asked a lot about this. My dressing table's from IKEA, and those lights were added on afterwards. My husband added those manually. They were not from IKEA, but the dressing table itself was. I am now giving the drawers a little wipe out with a bit of Zoflora. They're just a bit dusty and gross. All the stuff was in like drawer separators, so it was reasonably easy to clear out. But I just thought, while the drawers are empty, it's a good opportunity to give them a little clean, because I don't think these drawers have been cleaned in 2 years, which is quite gross, isn't it? Quite disgusting. And then just giving this little mirror a little wipe over with a bit of pledge as well. And then once that's all kind of been cleaned over, I can tackle all this mess. Look at all this mess I've made. Oh, and Zara's brought a potty stool in, how helpful. I've also got this box to sort through. Now in this box, I've got empty boxes for Apple products that have been bought over the last goodness knows how many years. There are a few bits in there that I realised that I should be keeping, things like chargers and things in there. But these boxes for things like Apple products, they do have really nice boxes, and you can use the lids as drawer dividers. So if you have any of those, look how nice they look in the drawers as drawer dividers, like little lids and things like that. So keep hold of them. The other things that make good drawer dividers are, you know, when you get perfume box sets for Christmas, when you get like a perfume and a smelly or whatever, that's what those are on red. That sort of gold box is a perfume box, and they make fantastic drawer dividers and separators. Now, top hack for you: if you store your hair elastics on a carabiner, it's a great way to keep them together. And if you store your hair pins, you know, your like bobby pins, if that's what they're called, hair grips, in an old Tic Tac box, it's perfect. It's got this little lid on it. Obviously clean it out first, but it's because it's got that kind of flippy lid thing to just get 1 or 2 hair grips out, and then they keep in there really neatly, stops them going all over your drawers. So just a couple of little tips for you there. So as you can see here, I've got boxes of all sorts of stuff I've emptied out, and I'm sorting the boxes into a box of stuff that will go back into the drawers, into my new drawer separators formed of perfume boxes and Apple product boxes, And then I've got some boxes of stuff that needs to be recycled, that needs to go to other rooms, and it's just being thinned down and sorted. I am trying to be as ruthless as I can, really. If there's any makeup product that's been open for just absolutely ages, like that was an eyeshadow, like a cream eyeshadow that had been open for ages and gone all hard and disgusting. All the makeup and kind of cosmetic products do have shelf life things on them, as in after a certain amount of time. There's a little symbol on the back, isn't there? After a certain amount of time after opening, you're supposed to throw them away, and I never do that until I come to one of these declutter things and think, ugh, how long has this been open? It's probably full of gunk and germs and things. Mascara is one especially, because it goes in your eyes. You know, you really are supposed to chuck those out quite frequently to stop yourself getting eye infections and things. So when you're doing this kind of big makeup declutter, it's a good opportunity to be quite ruthless and chuck away anything that really is past its use by date or open for too long and needs to be thrown away kind of date. So I've got, as you can see in this shot, a lot of stuff to go through. This dressing table has been a place to accumulate rubbish for ages. It started off really neat and organised, and then the bottom drawers especially just have become a bit of a dumping ground for all sorts of rubbish. As I've been tidying up my room, it's just in case I bang it in there, deal with it later, bang it in there, deal with it later. And it's just, I could barely open the bottom drawers at all, which is ridiculous. So the aim for today is to really make it so that the dressing table has just got stuff I absolutely need and use in it, and it's easy to find things. One thing you will see, you can see flashing in the middle of the screen now, is my iPad. I do like to have something to watch while I'm decluttering, because do you know what, it's super boring. So having a bit of Netflix or something on is definitely a good idea, just to keep you entertained, and sort of makes you stick with it if you're not totally bored. And luckily at the moment Zara is sleeping, so I can have something on. Oh, there's another carabiner with some small hair elastics on it. See how great that is to keep them all together? It's much easier than they were just all over my drawers. Oh look here, I'm cutting up a credit card. It's a credit card that has expired. I don't think I even have the account anymore, and it was just shoved in the drawer. This is the problem, this is what I mean. So much stuff has just been dumped in these drawers. So tell me, do you have drawers like a dressing table or somewhere in your room or whatever that stuff just gets dumped in? Are you guilty of this too? I know I am so guilty of it. So please let me know in the comments if you do this too. Let me know I'm not the only one. And let me know actually in the comments, when was the last time you did a declutter of all your kind of cosmetics and creams and stuff from your room? Was it recently? Is this something you do regularly? Or like me, has it been 2 years plus and it really needs doing? The plan is for this declutter, it's sort of the same way I normally tend to do things, which is sort things and don't put them directly back into where they're going to go, because it depends how much stuff I'm going to be left with, which you don't really know till you've finished throwing things out. So I'm decluttering into these Curver baskets, and then I can kind of assess, right, I know exactly how much of stuff I've got to put back in the drawers and which kind of category of item is going to fit into my newly found lovely drawer dividers, my little lovely crispy white apple box drawer dividers. The other thing that always astounds me about decluttering is just how long it takes. I thought, oh, you know, just my dressing table I need to do on that box under the bed. I don't know, how long is that going to take? An hour? And I kind of thought I'd do it while Zara was still awake, and I would then get on with some work while she was sleeping. But at this point in the video, I've already been decluttering for the hour I planned to do, and then it was time to give Zara her lunch. I've now put her to bed and I'm still going, and there's just so much left to do. So it's just a case of whenever I get to this stage, I'm like, oh, what have I taken on? How long is this going to take me? Am I ever going to get this finished? Because it's just, when you've kind of made this kind of mess, there's only one way out. It's like going on a bare hand, can't go over it, can't go under it, we've got to go through it. So we're going through it, and it's just got to the stage where it's got to be finished, come hell or high water. I'm really fed up at this point, and I'm just like, oh, I want my room back being tidy. I was quite happy with all the clutter being hidden, but I just know when it is really done, then it will be so much nicer, and I'll be able to access my stuff and find things. I won't be sifting through loads of rubbish every time I go to get ready in the morning. this stage I thought, you know what, in for a penny, in for a pound, and I have decided to brave the box from under the bed as well. It's a huge box of stuff that is just a dumping ground. So it's like medications that I was given when I was in hospital having the children, and boxes of plasters, toiletries I've bought and haven't needed to use, so I've put them under the bed and totally forgotten about them. Millions and millions of plasters, and there's just so much stuff in there that has just been forgotten about. So some of it needs to be thrown out, some of it just needs to be kind of put together with other similar things. Look, all that is plasters. I mean, how many plasters have I bought and not used? But at least by putting them all together now, I'll be able to find them and use them. I had no idea I had so many plasters. We've got plasters for every different character under the sun. I think they've probably been bought in various shopping hauls and just shoved under there, which is madness. So at least now I will be able to find them and use them. By the way, I absolutely love these pencil cases. You've heard me talk about these before. I use them for everything. So grab yourself some of those pencil cases. I'll link those below for you because they're really good, especially when you're doing sorting like this, for keeping bits that go together. Right, now for the fun bit, if there is a fun bit, which is trying to find homes for things in my newly sorted dressing table. Now, what I will say is, and let me know if you do this too, it's a bit trial and error when you're trying to sort things out. You want to find a nice kind of way of organising things where everything has its own home, but then you don't know exactly which way it's all going to fit. So what I often do is end up putting things in and then taking them back out and putting them back in again, which seems a little long-winded, but you want to make sure that things really fit. So if there are like loads of lipsticks and they don't fit in whichever little case I put them in, I need to swap them into another case, for example, because you want everything to kind of fit perfectly and have its own home. It does encourage you, if each section is kind of full, not to buy more unnecessary stuff. Like if I know my lipstick section's full, it reminds me, do not buy any more of this stuff. You do not need it. Whereas if it's in a big open section, it's like you forget and you think, I haven't got many of those. So you want each section to kind of be adequately full without overspilling, so everything just fits neatly like a perfect little jigsaw. So yeah, like I'm taking things out, I'm switching them around. I want it to be really easy, and it's worth spending an extra few minutes doing this and fitting your different products into your different boxes so that it kind of works and makes sense for you, because every morning then it'll be so much easier. Right now I've got to go and do the school run. So I've put everything on the bed, and here we are back again after the school run, because I couldn't have left it all just all over the bed like that. So back from the school run now and finishing up, because it's got to be done before I make dinner. There's no way I could go make dinner and then go to bed for the night with this just stuff everywhere. It would make you kind of want to cry. I kind of feel like decluttering, I hate walking away from it midway. I even hated going to leave to the school, and then I just wanted it finished and done and dusted. I am making progress though. Look, I had emptied that whole box from under the bed. That was full, and now it has all been either sorted, the stuff in there has been thrown away. So these boxes here, you can see I'm using, are actually like they zip flat. They're from IKEA. Like I said before, I'm kind of swapping things around, seeing which way things are going to fit best. Just to maximise space. It's all about maximising space. I like to use these plastic cups to just sort things into things like scissors and tweezers and stuff, smaller things, so they don't just fall to the bottom of the drawer. I feel like if drawers are sectioned properly, then you can find things easily and they're easier to keep tidy. Then 2 years ago my drawers were all like this, and it over time it became a bit of a mess and a state. But I think if you stay on top of this and you declutter on a regular basis, then it is much easier to keep on top of things. So I've got lots of hairbrushes, so many hairbrushes, and then lots of hair rips. I had no idea I had so many of those. I literally only use them to put my hair up to go in the shower. I have got loads of them. And then just hair products, hairspray. I don't use hairspray loads and loads. It's only when I curl my hair, which is really not very often. But equally, it is something I will need at some point. And then I've got a little pot in there of kind of nail stuff, so nail files, a couple of nail polishes, cuticle oil, that kind of thing. That's nail glue for when I do the acrylic nails and they kind of lift and I stick them back down till I can get back to the salon. one, which I know is a bit naughty. Those are knit combs in my hand, because sadly, when you have children, you have to de-knit them from time to time and check your own hair, because there's nothing more disgusting than being knits by your own children. It has happened. In fact, my eldest gave me knits when I was pregnant with my second one. That was pretty gross. So yes, get a knit comb, de-knit your children on a regular basis. Just check their hair. So we are now on to one of the last drawers, just trying to fit everything in like a jigsaw puzzle. I didn't realise how much dry shampoo I already had. I bought so much of it and it was all stashed under the bed. I keep thinking I've run out of it and keep buying more. It's like, nope, I've got loads. The other good thing about these boxes, by the way, that I've actually bought 2 layers. So I've got a bottom layer and then I've got a second box on top. So I'm actually making the most of the depth of the drawers, where if I just slung everything into the drawers, then I would not be maximising the space. Got packs of tissues ready to stick in my handbag, those plasters that I found. Oh, those are those pore strips for your nose, which I love, which pull the blackheads out, which I didn't even realise I had those, so I've put those in somewhere nice and accessible that I can use those. And we are nearing the end. We're nearing the end of this very long-winded, took so much longer than I thought, declutter, down to the last kind of basket. And this is all, in fact, this is the worst bit, you know, when you're down to the dregs of the, what do I do with this? Everything's kind of nearly there, and you're still down to the last few bits of rubbish that you just can't find a home for. This is the hardest bit of decluttering. This is the home stretch. This is where you really need motivation to think, no, being ruthless. Oh, there you go, there's my tic-tac box. But yeah, what was I saying? This is the home stretch where if you can stay motivated on this home stretch and really get that last basket of rubbish sorted and put away, it will feel so great when it's done, honestly. So let's have a look at our work. This is my top drawer. So in here I've got kind of face and cheek products. And then in here I've got things for nails. I've got the hair things to stick my hair up just to go in the shower. And then at the back I've got kind of scissors and hand sanitizer and things. I have so much of that I found. And then over here I've got my makeup brushes and stuff. They were all reasonably sorted anyway. Over here we've got stuff for lips and eyeshadows and things, and a spare foundation that I bought and I'd forgotten about. And then down here we've got a couple of layers of things. So under there we have got just hair, like hair protection spray, which I don't really use loads, but I will use, and some nail varnish remover, and then makeup bag and things. And I did empty that whole box. I was quite pleased with that. That was quite an achievement. Thank you so much for watching. If you've liked this video, don't forget to give it a
like and hit the bell.
Thumbs up. Give it a thumbs up and then subscribe.
And hit the bell to be notified.
Yeah, hit the bell to be notified when we post new videos every Tuesday. Not every day, every Tuesday, Thursday and Sunday at 7 PM. If you want to see the latest video, it's over there. Just point over there. It's over there. And if you want to see more speed cleaning and decluttering, it's just down there. Say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. See you soon.